Bihari, Bihari. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So this is from, so as Mataji said, today's topic is about the duty to preach. Preaching is our duty. So we're going to actually read about how does it say that preaching is our duty, and also a little bit about from Chaitanya Charitamrita we are going to read. So so Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 9.39. Everyone is able to hear me on the back? Okay, Hare Krishna. No, if they are able to hear me, or so please turn off your phones if possible, so that we get little less disturbance. Okay, so Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 9.39. Ateva sab fal deh yar tar khaya ho kloka ajar amar. Mataji, maybe not needed, because I'm not going to read the whole purport and things like that. So it's a lot of from other parts also. So, Hare Krishna. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Distribute this Krishna conscious movement all over the world. Let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuruntam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhavetam Savadutam Parijana Saita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Vishakhan Vitam Sa. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kantam Radha Kantam Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priyam Vanchakalpatrubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So as Chaitanya Charitamrita says that distribute the Krishna conscious movement all over the world, let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. So this is direct instructions from Lord Chaitanya to all of us to distribute the Krishna conscious movement all over the world. So the Krishna conscious movement introduced by Lord Chaitanya is extremely important, because one who takes it becomes eternal, being freed from birth, death and old age. So as Srila Prabhupada said, that Srila Prabhupada viewed the preaching as the life and soul of the Krishna conscious movement we are in. So though sharing the philosophy, distributing books and participating in Sankirtan movement, congregational chanting, devotees spread the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to fulfill Lord Chaitanya's mission. So preaching is not about just about lectures or something. Preaching takes everything in. So whoever is going for book distribution, prasadam, making prasadam, sharing the philosophy, Kirtan, Harinams, so all this, and then teaching the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything covers in preaching. And also those who are helping in this movement for the preaching is also, actually they are doing the preaching also. So it's not only that those who are in front, they are called, they are involved in the preaching. It's also those who are helping. And this is why we are in Prabhupada's movement here, that you all are contributing to this movement. And that way, we are fulfilling the Lord Chaitanya's mission. So Lord Chaitanya says that Yara Dekha Tarakah Krishna Upadesh. So Lord Chaitanya is saying that wherever you have a possibility to preach, you preach Krishna consciousness to everyone without any discrimination. So human life is meant for propagating the mission of Lord Chaitanya to preach the message of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. So Prabhupada says that human life is meant for propagating the mission of Lord Chaitanya. And what is the mission of Lord Chaitanya? Chant Hare Krishna, preach Krishna conscious. So my question is, what is the greatest scarcity in this material world? What is the greatest scarcity? Is it food? Hospitals? What is the greatest scarcity in this material world? Karma? Time. Time, okay. For Mataji, there is time. What else? Morality. Here, one Prabhuji is saying morality. Any other ideas or... Sorry? What consciousness? But Krishna consciousness. Okay, there is one answer here. Anything else? Sorry? Confusion. What is that? Okay, confusion. Yeah, a lot of confusions. This is Kali Yuga, quarrel, age of quarrel, age of darkness. So Prabhupada writes that in this material world, there is actually no scarcity of anything, but, as Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness. So how is that? So we're going to actually get a little bit about that today. So to solve all problems, one must seek the goodwill of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by becoming Krishna conscious and worshipping Him regularly in devotional service. Prabhupada writes that. So as you have heard, maybe like if I give you one example, that Ram Rajya, so that time it was like, everyone was having abandoned of every necessity of, everything. So today also Prabhupada says Ram Rajya can come if everyone becomes Krishna consciousness. So there is actually no scarcity of food or nothing. It's only about Krishna consciousness. So that's why Lord Chaitanya comes and gives this message to spread the Krishna consciousness all over the world. So Prabhupada, you might have heard this, like books are the basis, utility is the principle, purity is the force, and preaching is the essence. So that is why it is true that, you start reading the books, take Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all, like there are a lot of books from Srila Prabhupada. You read them, you chant the holy name, and then, you make your heart purify with that process of devotional service, and then the preaching is the essence. So Prabhupada says that people do not recognize that the real distresses in life are the four principles of birth, death, old age, and disease. They are so foolish that they resign themselves to these four miseries, not knowing the transcendental remedy of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So Prabhupada is clearly saying here that we are so foolish that we resign ourselves from the four miseries and not knowing the transcendental remedy of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So remedy of the miseries are to accept the devotional service. So even the Yaksha, you might have heard this, that Yaksha asked Yudhishthira Maharaj, certain questions. And one of the question was that, what is the biggest surprise in this material world? What is the biggest surprise? And then Yudhishthira Maharaj answers that Ani Bhutani Gachanti Yamalayam. So it's like everyone around us, dying. And still people forget that at one moment of time, one has to die. So, but then they are not still they are not serious about the devotional life. So this was the biggest surprise actually to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Prabhupada says that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from all misery. But because they are enchanted by the illusory energy, people do not take this movement seriously. Therefore, those who are actually servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must seriously distribute this movement all over the world to render the greatest benefit to human society. So one has to get out of this Maya in the form of illusionary energy and take this movement serious. Prabhupada says that one has to be very serious and sincere in his life. So then we become like a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we seriously distribute this movement all over the world. So even in Bhagavad Gita, like Krishna says that Bhog Aishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Parata Chetasam Vyavasatmika Buddhi Samadho Na Vidyate. So if we are attached to a lot of material sense gratification and material desires, then what will happen that Vyavasatmika Buddhi, like oneness will not come in our mind, or attachment towards devotional services, devotional life will not be directed. So in the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. So what we have to do is, of course, we live on the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and then we become serious and sincere in our life. Because this human form of life is very rare actually. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvam Mam Prapadyante Vasudev Sarvam Iti Sa Mahatma Su Durlabha. Krishna says that all of you are here, so Vasudev Sarvam Iti. So out of many births, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, those who are serious and sincere and intelligent, they accept Krishna. They come to Krishna. And then they accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Vasudev Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Su Durlabha. So those kind of Mahatmas are very rare. So we should be very fortunate to come to this Krishna conscious movement under this temple here. Also says that Manusha Nam Sastresu Kaschit Yatati Siddha Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kaschin Maham Vidyatatu. So Shastras are saying again and again that this human form of life is very rare. We should utilize this. Prabhupada says that, just use, this is a golden chance for us. Just give one life. Prabhupada says that, you don't need to give many lives. Just give one life to Krishna. Otherwise, Maya is very strong. She is doing her duty. So Devi hi Aisha gunmayi mam Maya durataya. Mam eva prapadante mayam etam tarantite. So Bhagavad Gita says that Maya is Krishna's energy, and she is very strong. She is doing his duty very nicely. But Krishna says that those who surrender to me, like to Krishna, easily surpass the illusionary energy. So now what we saw is that we saw that Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is writing that the message of Lord Chaitanya that distribute this Krishna conscious movement all over the world. And now we should see that we also understood that purity is the force and preaching is the essence for us. But now how should we do that? How should we do that? So one thing is like also we should, those who are practicing Krishna consciousness, they may aim to inspire or aspire for Guru. Because here it says that Guru Prasad indicates that the spiritual master is very merciful in bestowing the boon of devotional service upon the disciple. As also you are singing the Guru Ashtakam in the morning, Yasya Prasadad Bhagavad Prasado, Yasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi. So by satisfaction of the spiritual master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes satisfied, and by not satisfying the spiritual master, there is no chance of being promoted to the plane of Krishna consciousness. So by Guru Krishna Kripa Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, with the help of Guru and Krishna, Krishna also in our heart as a Chaitya Guru, if our intention, if our desire are good, then Krishna directs us, somehow to Guru. But of course, we should also put our efforts, our genuine efforts. Like Rupa Goswami is saying in Nectar of Instruction that the advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the devotee. So it's very important that we have our attitude nice, right attitude to go towards Krishna. So then if our attitude is right, then automatically Krishna will somehow or other, direct us to the right guru. And then as you said that yasya prasadat bhagavad prasada. So with the help of spiritual master, we get the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Now let's say also it says that Guru Krishna Kripa Paya Bhakti Lata Bij. So once with the help of Srila Prabhupada and Guru and Krishna, if we get the seed of bhakti in our heart, what should we do next? Once we get the seed in our heart, let's say if you have a seed, if someone give you a seed, what will you do? You water it. Just water? Yeah, you plant it, you nourish it, you water it, you take care of it. It's like, and then after it sprouts, like, what you do is you also still, keep nourishing it. So the same like our bhakti lata bij, what we got, we need to nourish it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Mali hane kare se bij aropan, Shravana Kirtana jale kare sinchan. So with the help of Shravan Kirtan, the most important thing, Shravanam and Kirtanam, that we should do the whole life, With the help of Shravan and Kirtan, we nourish this seed in the form of bhakti seed, with the help of Shravan and Kirtan. So when a person receives the seed of devotional service, he should take care of it by becoming a gardener and sowing the seed in his heart. If he waters the seed gradually by the process of Shravan and Kirtan, hearing and chanting, the seed will become to sprout. So we all should regularly and, from our heart, we should chant without offenses, without the 10 offenses. So we should chant our rounds. Those who are not chanting, there are beads probably available here on the probably store. So you can collect, you can take the beads and japa mala and you can chant the holy name at home also. Of course, we are all chanting here, but you can also chant at home. At least Prabhupada says that one should at least chant 16 rounds. More if you can chant, the must. But start chanting. What does it take? Hardly it takes 2 hours from your day if you chant 16 rounds. It just takes 2 hours. And then you will see, once you start chanting and, regularly. And then 4 principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. So 4 principles, very basic, very basic principles and 16 rounds of chanting. So with the Shravan and Kirtan, so chanting, Kirtan, chanting, and then Shravanam, hearing. So those who have Bhagavad Gita at home, Srimad Bhagavatam, if you don't have, you can buy from here or take from here and have Bhagavad Gita and don't keep it as it is. Just read also. So you can read, or if you don't have time, let's say for reading, you can at least hear. Different lectures are there in ISKCON Desire Tree, and there are different Maharajas from ISKCON. So in your own language and in your own native or whatever actually inspires you in devotional service, you can keep hearing when you are cooking or when you are traveling. You can hear different lectures or at home. This will by hearing process. This will inspire you in your devotional life. Of course, you should all try to come here on the Sunday feast. This is very nice if you can come, on the Sunday feast like this, so that you can get association of devotees here, and then also you get a chance of hearing and chanting. So Prabhupada says, our movement is very, very simple. It's singing, dancing, feasting. So that you keep doing. It's very simple. Of course, but not easy, but quite simple. So, um, so Bhagavad Gita says that how do you approach to your guru or some devotees who are senior, how do you approach? Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upekdakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So you approach them submissively, not as if you know everything, even though you might know or not, but we should always approach guru or senior devotees very submissively. So there are many devotees. I mean, there are some devotees here who are local authorities. You approach them if you have any queries or you have any doubts in your spiritual life, or you approach like Lalitanath Prabhu is here, and I don't know much, but there are devotees here. So you approach them. If you have any queries in your spiritual life, or you are kind of stuck with something, in your spiritual life, you approach them. You can take guidance of them, or so they will give you nice guidance which will help you. I mean, even when I started in India, in Chennai, we were regularly going to the programs, but we had quite some questions, and we were approaching the devotees there, local in the temple, and we were quite. After the class, we were asking them some questions, so just to clear our doubts. So you can take help of, and there are many devotees coming here, Maharajas, and sometimes sannyasis, and some quite known devotees are coming. So you take help of that. It's a big asset being here. So then what Lord is saying, that janma sarthak kari kara par upakar. So what will happen is, at present, for want of Krishna consciousness or God consciousness, the entire world is in darkness, having been covered by the four principles of sinful life: meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, and intoxication. Therefore, there is a need for vigorous propaganda to educate people to refrain from sinful activities. This will bring peace and prosperity. So the Lord says that Janma sarthak kari kara par upakar. So first you make you start practicing Krishna consciousness seriously and sincerely. And then also you preach Krishna consciousness. Preaching doesn't mean that just by saying or something. Even if you are coming here is also like a preaching, because if you are wearing Vaishnava dress and tilak and you are coming here, you are helping, in this preaching movement, is also like preaching. As we read before, so there are two kinds of general activities, shreyas and prayas, So we need to do the activities which are shreyas, which are beneficial for our life. So what is beneficial is like Krishna consciousness is beneficial, and that's not me who is saying. That's the Shastras are saying. Srila Prabhupada is saying that. And Lord Chaitanya's instructions are there. So Krishna coming himself as a Lord Chaitanya and giving us these instructions in this age of Kali, Just think, how great it is if Krishna is coming as Lord Chaitanya and, giving the direct instructions, and our Srila Prabhupada is taking those instructions and giving to us. So his mercy is incountable, So we are kind of we are indebted with this gratitude actually. Of course, we cannot pay it back, but at least as a how to say, as a gentleman, or we should at least accept it. So in Bhagavatam also it says that Save pumsa paro dharma yato bhakti adokshaja ayatuki apratihata yayatma supratisidati. So this is the supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity, is that by which man can attain to loving devotional service unto the supreme, unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. So even Bhagavatam is saying that the supreme occupation of us, our dharma should be to do loving devotional service. Like there are purushartha, right? Four purushartha: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And what is the pancham purushartha? Krishna prem. So prem is the what we have to attain is Krishna prem, is transcendental loving, love for Krishna actually. Of course, that will not happen in one day, like Prabhupada says, that depends on how serious we are, how sincere we are. So Krishna is the supreme, is the complete whole, and everything else is a part and parcel. It's like Krishna is the substance, everything is shadow. So Krishna is the real substance. Like it's like Prabhupada says that if you have many zeros, but if you don't add one in front of the zero, those zeros have no value. So there might be things around, but if you don't add Krishna in your life, then it's just zero. Because our nature, our constitutional position is to be eternal servant of Krishna. Jivere Swarup hoy Nitya Krishna Das. Krishna Tathashta Shakti Bheda Bhed Prakash. So this is it's the living entity's constitutional position to be eternal servant of Krishna. This is our constitutional position. This is by nature. Since we are part and parcel of Krishna, this is by nature that our constitutional position is that we are the servant of Krishna. Okay, no matter if you believe or not, if atheists believe or not, but still that is the fact. So we are the eternal servant of Krishna. So even Lord Chaitanya says that who is the father and inaugurator of the Sankirtan movement. So we are all, this Krishna conscious movement is a Sankirtan movement actually. It's a revolution. This is like a revolution. And who is the inaugurator and father is Lord Chaitanya, is inaugurator and father of the Sankirtan movement. So we all should take part of this, which we are all taking. So you take more and more part of this Sankirtan movement by taking services, distributing books, making prasadam, helping in cooking, hearing classes, coming to the class, and coming regularly especially. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogamen ena mam upayanti te. So whoever, it's not like a one day, it's not like in the end of your life we will do the bhakti. No. Krishna says Tesham satata yuktanam, continuous. It's a rigorous process, It's not like one day bhakti, next day we don't do bhakti, next day we don't remember Krishna. Prabhupada says always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So how do you do that? Is by always practicing Krishna consciousness. It's not so difficult. It's only that we are anyway making adjustments in our life. We just have to make simple, small adjustments just to become Krishna conscious. Just add Krishna, that's it. So Prabhupada has already given the process. It's very, simple. So we just have to become serious and sincere and submissive and accept it. That's it. So anukulya, like Chaitanya Chaitamrita says, anukulya se sankalpa pratikulya se varjitam. So this is one direction is given in the Shastra that how do you do that is like anukulya se sankalpa. Whatever is anukul, many people know this word anukulya se. So whatever is favorable for your Krishna consciousness, you accept it. No problem. Like this service which is favorable in your Krishna consciousness, you accept the service. Reading, chanting, which is favorable in Krishna, you accept it immediately. But whatever is not favorable, pratikulya se varjitam. Pratikul, like, that means not favorable. And varjitam means you give away immediately. Like smoking, drinking, intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex. This is not favorable for your bhakti. You give away immediately. Um, so Krishna says that there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be one more dear. We have till 4:45, right? Okay. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that when you do this, Krishna says that you will be the most dearer to me. Krishna says that. So Krishna says that bhaktya mam abhijananti. So what will happen is when we practice the devotional services regularly and unconditional and seriously and practicing the devotional service, what will happen? Krishna will give us the qualities which we are lacking, and Krishna will maintain those qualities which you already have. So let's say some qualities we are missing, then Krishna will give us. Krishna is so merciful. Lord Chaitanya is so merciful that he will give us those qualities which we are lacking. And Krishna will maintain those qualities which you already have. So how beautiful is it? And then Krishna says that bhaktya mam abhijananti. So Krishna says it's not that because you are rich, or it's not that because of your position or because of this or that you will attain Krishna. No. Only one condition is there which will actually attract Krishna. What is that condition? Devotion, exactly. So bhaktya mam abhijananti. Only by devotion, we can get Krishna. There is no other condition that, or if you become a millionaire or this or that, it's not that condition. It's only by devotion. Because love cannot be, bounded. Like Yashoda Maya, when she was, binding Krishna, there was like the rope was still short of. Only by prema, by love, you can bind Krishna. Only by unconditional love. So preaching means to obey the order of the spiritual master or superior authorities and to do good to others. Do good to others. They are suffering for want of Krishnaness. Try to preach them. So preaching means book distribution. Like Prabhupada says, that preaching means to make Jagai Madai a devotee. Preaching means to convert Mayavadis to Vaishnava. Preaching means to spread the glories of the Supreme Lord. So it's not about just one thing. The whole movement, it's a preaching movement. Prabhupada said this is a preaching movement. So all of you are already taking part of it. So just continue that and make your life successful by making yourself in Krishna consciousness. Also by how do you say, your acharan, by your action, you can preach actually. So those, let's say, sometimes but just by becoming by your how do you say, by your acharan, by your actions, you can also preach. Like like for example, let's say if you go to some devotee home, there you can find a nice and clean altar with a nice picture of Gaurnitai or whatever they have, Radha Krishna or Gaurnitai, and then tulsi plant, and how nicely they welcome, and they do kirtan and nice prasadam. So even by your action you can preach. So you can also have in your home, at your home you can chant your rounds, have a Gaurnitai and Parampara, Guru Parampara picture, and then you can, if you have possibility to take care of Tulsi Maharani, you can have. But of course you should also become, not only vegetarian, but just take Krishna Prasad, cook nicely. Matajis can cook nicely for Krishna, and then offer that to Krishna, Gaurnitai, and you feed to your family as a prasad. So it's very simple. It's most of you are from India. You can see that this was the culture. This is a culture actually. So it's not so difficult to follow our own culture, and this is a Vedic civilization. This is a Vedic culture. So Krishna says, I mean, yeah, here it says that if you inquire whether I am perfect or my disciples who are preaching this Krishna consciousness movement, they are perfect, we may be imperfect. We accept we are imperfect, but we are distributing the perfect knowledge. So Prabhupada writes, that maybe we might be imperfect, but we know that the knowledge, what is given by Srila Prabhupada, is perfect. Because this is the knowledge coming carefully by a Guru Parampara. This is coming very carefully, this knowledge, all the way from Krishna. And that is why, since Krishna is perfect, everything emanating from Krishna is also perfect. This Ishopanishad, the first invocation says that. So one more thing I wanted to just say, that Prahlad Maharaj also says this, that Komar Achrit Pragyo Dharman Bhagavatan Iha Durlabam Manusya Janma Tad Api Adruvam Arthadam. So Prahlad Maharaj also confirms this, that right from childhood, you start practicing Krishna consciousness. Don't wait until the old age. When I meet sometimes people, they say that, oh no, Prabhu, we want to wait until the our fourth stage of life, and maybe that time we will completely do Krishna, do bhakti. But Prahlad Maharaj says here that don't wait in your life to accept Krishna consciousness until the end of life, because we never know what is going to happen next. We don't know. So Krishna also says that sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayami ma sucha. So Krishna also says that just surrender, just surrender to Krishna. And then Krishna, not only that, what will happen after you surrender to Krishna? Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. So Krishna says that he will take away all your sins, whatever you might have incurred your previous life or this life or whatever. So if you surrender to Krishna, then Krishna takes care of everything. And not only that, he takes the sin, he gives you moksha, he gives you his service. So this Harinam Sankirtan movement actually is very auspicious, is very transcendental. And this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is coming from Golok Vrindavan. It's not that someone has just, given, they were just, coming and giving this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, this is a Maha Mantra, this is a Bij Mantra. And this Maha Mantra is coming from Golok Kero Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. So this is coming from Golok Vrindavan. It's not from material, some books are written on this or novel and someone has just, said Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is a Maha Mantra, this is a Bij Mantra. And that's why it is so powerful. If you chant this Maha Mantra, it's so powerful, it's so potent. Abhinatva Nam Namni. That means there is no difference between Krishna and his name. Abhinatva Nam Namni means there is no difference. Prabhupada says, if you say Krishna, Krishna is there. So Golok Kero Premdan Harinam Sankirtan. So this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is coming from Golok Vrindavan. So see, how potent it is. So everyone should take bath, should take shelter of it. Like Ganga river, many of you already know. Like Ganga, why it is so pure? It's just normal. If you do scientific experiment on this is H2O. So why people say it is so pure? It purifies. Why does it purify? What is so special in Ganga river or Ganga water, Ganges water, if you say? What is that which purifies? Is because it is emanating, it has been touched by the lotus feet of Lord. So this has been touched, and the same thing, this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra has been touched by Lord Chaitanya. He is the father and inaugurator of this. That's why it's so potent. So everyone can take bath on this. They can take shelter of it. They can do this yagya, the Sankirtan yagya, they can do every day. I think 431. So here it says in Chaitanya Chaitamrita that if one becomes a sincere devotee and seriously engages in devotional service, Lord Krishna sends an instructing spiritual master to show him favor and invoke his dormant propensity for serving the Supreme. Such a beautiful verse. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adi Lila 1, chapter 1, verse number 58. Such a nice verse that if one becomes a sincere devotee and seriously engages in devotional service, Lord Krishna sends an instructing spiritual master to show him favor and invoke his dormant propensity for serving the Supreme. So it's just we need to become serious and sincere. We have already spent so many years in our past. We don't even know. So now it is time for us. This year is going to end now. This 31st is going to come soon. New year will start. People are enjoying, but we should be very, we should think that what we have done in this year. 1 year is gone from our life. It will never come. 1 second is gone. It will never come in our life back. So think, make a vow in your life. What should I do next? What I'm going to do in the next year? When I was here, I remember I think maybe 8 years, 10 years back, I took a vow that I'm going to chant 16 rounds. It was Lord Nrsimhadev appearance day or something. And, somehow or other, I still am able to maintain it. So take some vow in your life. Be serious, be sincere that you're going to chant some rounds every day, no matter what happens. Even though if you are engaged in so many duties, you're going to still make your rounds finished. So when you will become serious and sincere in your life, then you see Krishna. If you give time to Krishna, Krishna will give you time. Sometimes, when I ask people, when we go for book distribution or when we are preaching, people say, we don't have time, Prabhuji. We don't have time. We are running out of time. But Krishna is time. Krishna is Kala. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmi. So Krishna is time. If we give time to Krishna, Krishna will facilitate for us time. So otherwise we will be lost. Krishna says if you don't surrender or if you don't hear, we will be lost. We will not even know when we will be lost. So here it says that despite being contaminated by all the bad qualities of this Kali Yuga, if one surrenders unto the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord will surely and certainly deliver him. So we just have to have little faith. That's it. On the Shastra, we just have to have faith. And that's the only thing which is missing, that we need to have that. So when we will have faith, then you see Lord Chaitanya is saying that despite being contaminated by all the bad qualities of this Kali Yuga is the age of darkness. But Lord Chaitanya has come as a sun here. And then if one surrenders to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the Lord will surely and certainly deliver. I think we are getting a time also. So yeah, just this message was that for all of us here, that we are already practicing Krishna consciousness. We just have to become more and more serious in our sadhana. Practice it nicely at home. Chant your rounds. Do the offering. Hear lectures. Read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. There are many books here already. There are nice devotees here. Take their help. If you have any queries in your life, don't hesitate. Whenever they are free, take help from them, or whoever you feel inspired from, who is practicing nicely Krishna consciousness. You open your heart with them and ask them your queries or whatever you have, and just practice your sadhana, and then aim for aspiring a guru. If you can take help of local authorities here also on that, and participate in this Sankirtan movement, overall.